So you told me I could.
No, just a moment, ma'am.
2 oxys a
Just
day.
a moment. Take the jury out. There'll be no outburst. Your lawyer's going to speak to you now. You do that again, I'll have you appropriately restrained. Do you understand?
Unbelievable. John Cal, CNN producer, you were in court when this outburst occurred. Who was she yelling at? Tell us the context.
She was yelling across to her psychiatrist who she had been seeing for close to a year prior to the killing. And she had been, the atmosphere in the courtroom in the morning had been very light compared to what it was on Wednesday when we heard the jail interview and the horrible details of the killing from 2 years ago. But when the doctor was crossed by the prosecution after almost 2 hours of the defense, basically leaving an atmosphere that the doctor hadn't done enough to assist her or do more for her. But the second the prosecution took to the stand and said that, your patient, you told her not to drink, you told her not to take these pills with the medications that you were on. And he said that she had the responsibility. And when she said, well, she did it anyway. And that's when she leaned forward, pointed her finger at the doctor and said, you told me I could drink 2 drinks and take 2 pills or 2 oxys a day. It just infuriated the judge.
Well, of course, a psychiatrist is not going to tell a patient, yeah, you can take heavy-duty, mood-altering prescription meds and drink at the same time. She's a liar. She's a liar, and she's a defiant alcoholic and drug addict, which is what I've been saying all along. As everybody looks at this image of her walking around shaking and says, oh, she's crazy. Where does mental illness end and drug addiction and alcoholism begin? Because honestly, Wendy Murphy, I believe, despite her history of bipolar and depression, had she not been boozing and swilling a huge list of about a dozen prescription meds that shouldn't even be combined together, she would not have killed her kids. She just would have been a depressed soccer mom.
Look, I think the choices are, where does the addiction begin or end, mental illness begin, and where does the acting begin? I mean, come on. This is like Michael Jackson going to court in his PJs. She's doing this for the jury, so they'll think she's not dangerous. She's just cuckoo. I mean, first of all, if you drink booze and take things like lithium and thorazine, you'll be lucky to shuffle in your slippers to the kitchen for tea, much less pick up a gun, aim it so well as she did into the various body parts with precision. It's not a real defense. This is all for show. I do feel bad for people with addiction, but I don't feel so bad that I give them a pass on murder.